Hello there, I'm Jimmy Vegas and today we are taking a look at an asset in the Unity asset store called Starbucks Turrets Minigun. So the asset itself is not too bad and quality wise it's made quite nice. If we zoom in very close, the texture does look a little bit blurry, but to be honest I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. A lot of this sometimes can be fixed with a little bit of customization on the texture and the material. So for example, if we change the normal map, we could actually make it look a little bit more gritty and more somewhat realistic, I guess. But that's where the customization would come into it. So you could select different parts of each section and you can change how it looks. Like you can see there, if I change the normal map, this looks a little bit grittier here. Or if we go to different variants, we can change this here, change how it looks. So yeah, customization, it's always worth playing around with materials and getting the most out of it as you can. So quantity wise, there is not a lot here in all honesty. We get the materials and the mesh and everything we need, the prefab and the texture. So we get everything we need, but in terms of extras, there is absolutely nothing in the way of extras, which you don't expect people to bundle lots of all these extras in with a pack. It is exactly what it says it is, which is good enough. So how easy is it to use this particular asset? Well, it's fairly simple for what you need it for. So for example, each section here, you could move and animate and do what you need to. So we could rotate this if we wanted to. The chassis, it just depends on what you want to do with it. So it is easy to use and it is versatile in that sense. One thing I will say is that it doesn't come with any animations, which is a bit of a shame. You would just need to create your own. In all honesty, it's not that difficult to create animations. I mean, each section, you can do what you need to create. You could tilt the barrel up, you could spin it around if you wanted to. So each individual section could be changed in that way. So how useful is this and what could you use it in? Well, you're likely going to see this in some kind of first-person shooter, and it is easy to use in that sense. It is useful for that kind of game. If you're making something maybe on mobile, honestly, I think it would do quite well. If you change the post-processing, it can look even better, I guess. It's not the greatest model out there. It's not the most detailed, and like I say, the texture's maybe a bit muddy. But overall, it'll serve its purpose. So I always like to see neat folders and a demo scene. And although the folders are neat, there is no demo scene with this pack, which I know it's probably a very minor thing, but it does bother me very slightly. I always like to see a demo scene included so we can physically see instantly what the developer had in mind. So let's have a look at the size. 11 meg, which is pretty decent, and it is free at the time of recording this video. So just keep in mind that prices do change from time to time, but overall that file size is pretty decent for what we get. I'd be quite happy with that, even on a mobile device. So as you guys know, I don't rate assets. I either recommend them or I don't. And honestly, it's hard for me to recommend this one because there are other turrets on the asset store and they include much more than this does. If you're looking for just a quick standalone turret that you want to animate yourself and play around with, then yeah, it probably is worth getting. But honestly, if you want something a bit more creative and something pre-made better than this, there are other free assets on the asset store. So I would recommend it to a beginner to play around with, but I wouldn't really recommend it for someone who is in deep development looking for a turret. I would look elsewhere. So guys, I hope that's helped. And if you have this asset yourself, let me know in the comments what you think of it. If you like the asset, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down, but tell me why you don't like the asset. I'm always keen to know, and I'm sure people that create these assets are always keen to know what could be improved. If you've got an asset on the asset store, also let me know because I'd love to check it out and review it in one of these videos. And finally, don't forget to click that subscribe button and click on the bell icon as well. And you can stay up to date with all the videos I put out on video game development. Always loads to see, loads to learn, and loads to do. So until the next video, guys, thank you very much for watching.